soccer season is underway, Matt, and it got started in a big way last week. First, you go out to California, San Diego, probably get out of this 100-degree heat over there by the water and the beach. It had to feel nice for our soccer team. Then they come back with 2 wins. So they're 2-0, and their first home match is Saturday night, 8 o'clock here in College Station against Oregon. So with that, we unveil to you our first ever recurring guest from the soccer program.
We hope it's recurring.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, guys.
We'll wait to see what she thinks about the experience, and then she might have class or might have to study or something else, but we'll try.
Yeah.
We'll try to convince her.
Thank you, guys.
So here's today's trial run with none other than Haley Pounds.
I'm glad you have so much faith in me.
Well, we know you're not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is, will you want to return
Yeah.
Okay.
after going
Yeah,
through
we'll see.
all this?
I think the question is, would you get rid of her? So we hear every day.
You're going to get real annoyed at me.
I highly doubt that. She clearly hasn't listened to this show.
Well, here's the deal. Keep winning and we won't.
Okay.
So you're 2-0, so these are a lot easier
Okay.
in that kind of fashion. But if you hit a rough patch, these become a little harder
Yeah.
as we go along. But in a moment, the tradition here is when you're the recurring guest, you always bring a teammate. We'll let you introduce your guest of choice in just a moment.
Okay.
But before we do, tell me about the weekend. Just what a way to get it started.
Yeah.
Wins over Pepperdine and San Diego.
Yeah. It was such a fun weekend ultimately because we got 2 wins. We were in the beautiful San Diego. You can't complain. And I just thought first game Pepperdine, they came out and were taking it to us, but we just kept fighting back. Jimena, my guest of choice, had an amazing shot in overtime and scored and helped our team out so much. But I think the first game just showed that, things might not be going our way, and we were able to fight, and ultimately finish it off. And then San Diego, same way. They were an awesome team, and I think that we kind of knew what we needed to work on in the second game after the first one. So overall, just awesome weekend.
Mm-hmm. Haley, too, is maybe as the leader of this team, you've been through this before. Do you like starting on the road, opening the season on the road? I don't know if you've even gotten to do that before, but you learn so much about your team when you travel early in the season, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's a huge challenge. You're not at home. You're not doing what you normally do, eating at the nutrition center. Your routine kind of gets shaken up a little bit. So I think it was good for everybody and the freshmen. I mean, it's good to learn how you need to adjust on the road. And in a couple years past, we've struggled on the road. And so I think this was a huge confidence booster, just saying, okay, this is what we got to do to win.
Mm-hmm. And you alluded to it, your guest of honor. Well, we
Yes.
say honor.
She is.
Yeah.
She is my guest of honor.
Award winner this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SEC Freshman of the Week.
Congratulations, Jimena
Thank
Lopez.
you very much.
Yeah.
Who was all the team? I just happened to score.
Oh, look at
Hey,
this.
see,
You've
that
got
is-
her. Yeah. This
You've
is
taught
good.
her well.
No, you had an awesome, what a way to go out as a freshman and score 2 goals. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
couldn't have written it any better. So
No doubt.
Yeah, for you, Jimena, what was your first, I guess regulation, countable match? What was your first collegiate match? You score the goal that wins the game. It's a golden goal. It's sort of a walk-off if you want to compare it to baseball. What was your feel? What was your take off that weekend for you stepping on that field for the first time?
Like the first time I stepped in, I was just confident. I knew what I had to do. And then after scoring, I was just so happy for scoring and helping the team. But it was just a reward for everybody's effort because we were fighting so hard. So
Now, did the seniors make y'all carry their bags or anything on this trip? Did y'all have to do some singing on the bus, any of that kind of stuff on that first road trip?
we did,
Yep.
yeah. We had to dance on the bus.
That tradition has not gone anywhere. I remember that
No.
one from 15 years ago.
yeah.
Dance to what?
I don't know. They choose
Is it
a
your
song.
choice or
No,
does
No.
they
it
choose your song and you had to go down the aisle and up the aisle dancing.
They
And,
should
but
throw some Disney at them
I know.
or something like
But
that.
hey, they got it good this year because the coaches weren't on the bus when they had to dance. And that's what I was most nervous about. I'm like, I don't want G to see me or Phil to see me dancing to some weird rap song. so y'all
Yeah.
did get it good.
We were lucky.
Y'all were lucky.
well, the freshman class is 7 or 8 of you?
6.
6. So that's a long line. You got dancing up and down the aisle.
Yeah. Also, the new staff members had to dance.
Yeah, but see, they got that California traffic, so they got a lot of time to dance.
Yeah.
Just sitting on that highway. Yeah, that tradition's been. I traveled with the team around 2000 up in that time, and they were doing it even back then. So, what song did they assign to you? Do you remember?
Despacito.
What was your song, Haley, way back in the?
Oh, I can't remember. I was so nervous. I just it's like all blurred out of my mind now.
We always like to ask the off the field question. So, the entire roster, best dancer. Who is it
Ooh.
for Aggie soccer in 2017?
Start with the freshman, maybe. Start with the best dance moves you saw on
looked
the
at
bus this
Jimena. I
weekend.
thought you were going to say
I know.
Jimena's
I
best
feel like
dancer.
you're a good dancer. Like you have some pretty.
No,
cool
I'm a bad
moves.
dancer, but I think Addie.
Allie
will.
Watt
Good
is
dancer,
a good.
huh?
Yeah, Kate Hoydu.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate's a good dancer.
She just she loves
Now, the way
it.
y'all laughed at Kate, it's almost like she dances for humor. Is that what we're
She
getting at
does.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's definitely a humor dancer.
I think Sienna is like actually a good dancer.
Yeah.
Now let's flip it. Who's the worst
Me.
dancer? Jimena claims it for herself.
They
I
both
do.
trying to claim it, actually, is
Yeah.
what's going on here.
I get told I have dad dance moves. Like
Dad dance
yeah,
moves.
so I don't really know. but-
Okay.
Did y'all make Kurt Magnuson, our director of ops, did you make him dance for his birthday? Or
No, we
We
just
should-
sang
yeah.
Happy Birthday. to him,
Mhm.
you know.
did you
Yeah.
get a dessert
Make him dance
because it
to
was his
that.
birthday? Did they let
Yes.
y'all get dessert?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they took us to Froyo. It was so nice.
Okay.
Mhm.
Before
And
the
he
game.
paid for it.
That's even better, huh?
We were like, "Thank you for giving us a
Yeah.
gift on your birthday."
Yeah, very nice.
Fine.
Very nice. What was the weather like? I mean, and considering what you're coming from,
Mhm.
I mean, was it just a joy to be out there for a little while?
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah, it was awesome.
beautiful. I mean, it's 70s, sunshiny. It was great.
Now
Yeah.
back in Texas, and Oregon comes here. I almost feel for Oregon a little bit.
I
on
know.
Saturday night.
I know.
That could be a little rough for them, but hopefully it is.
Yeah,
Hopefully they wilt in the second half.
exactly.
And just though, so many times you've played at Ellis Field, and now home opener coming this weekend. What's the feeling you get when you play in front of that Aggie crowd, especially for the first time this year?
Yeah, it's indescribable. I mean, I think this game we're gonna get a lot of people out there. I know there's a youth tournament going on, but it's just walking out there and seeing so many people that want you to succeed and do well, and just the pride that our fans have in us and the confidence they have in us, that helps us a lot on the field. And just hearing them yell your name or yell for the team, we hear those things. So we love it. It helps us a lot.
Mm-hmm. And Jimena, I know you play well in your first two matches as a freshman on the road, but do you have a particular excitement about finally getting to wear the maroon and white in College Station in front of this home crowd?
I do. I am very excited. You know, it's the first game. It's gonna be a big crowd. It's kind of nerve-wracking, you know, to play in front of so many people, but it's awesome. So many supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jimena, did you basically come from Mexico City to come to college and go? Had you been living in the States for a little bit, or maybe talk about if there was a transition for you to move into college and to be in a different country? What's that been like for you so far?
Well, my sophomore year high school, I went to St. Stephen's in Austin,
Okay.
and then I went back to Mexico City for 2 years, and now I'm back in the United States. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. I come from a very big city, and like now College Station is a small city, a very small city.
You
so
could say town if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
I have heard
Town.
Mexico City. I think it's one of the largest in the world.
it is.
It's supposed to be unbelievably huge.
Mhm.
Nothing like what they have in the States like that.
There's just way too many people.
We like to say that when all the students start coming back to town
I
here.
know.
Like
Oh,
right
I
about
see.
now.
Yeah, exactly. Feels bigger.
Mhm.
A&M and Oregon Saturday night at Ellis Field starts at 8 o'clock. We've got Haley Pounds and Jimena Lopez with us. The Aggies are off to a 2-0 start. And before we began this segment, we were just kind of chatting off the air, and I found it interesting that this day and age with college athletics, there's so much, we call it sports science, that goes on. You see it with every program, football, basketball, soccer, all the way through the athletics roster. And you guys wear the GPS trackers that say how far you go and things like that. And I think we kind of determined in a given match, say what you played last weekend against Pepperdine or San Diego, you think that tracks you maybe running about 6 to 7 miles per match. You think that's pretty accurate?
Yeah.
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 For sure.
I haven't run 6 or 7 miles in 2017. So
I'd have to. Can I add up multiple years to try to get
Yeah.
that total? And walking does not count, I don't think. Yeah.
and see, so this is your first 2 matches of the year.
Yes.
You're talking 12 to 14 miles in a weekend. Can you describe the training that goes into just getting you ready for that opening weekend in those 2 matches, the fitness part of all this?
Yeah. So our fitness training really starts in the spring, and we start in January. So, in our first spring training, it's like we want to get in shape for our first couple games. So, so we kind of build up throughout the spring, and then the summer is where we really hit our strides with fitness. And this summer we had everyone back in July, and we'd get up in the morning at 6 a.m. and we'd run as a team. Tom, our strength coach, does an awesome job, and he's a former soccer player, so he knows what kind of fitness we need to do to be prepared. But one thing this summer that I saw, our team was in such good shape. Like, I've never seen a team in my 4 years I've been here be so fit and focused on fitness. So seeing our heart rate monitors and our GPS trackers, I think it helps us to kind of gauge how much we need to be doing. We didn't necessarily track that in the past, so now that we see, okay, we're doing 6 and 7 miles a game, you know, our fitness needs to be a priority. I think it helps us a lot.
And I always think it's fascinating. You've been through the college program for quite a while. You're a veteran now. But it's always interesting to see the person that has just stepped into the college program. Now, to get to this level, Jimena, you've played a lot of soccer. You've been up and down the pitch quite a bit in your life. But is it kind of a whole different level, the preparation for a season when you get to a program like Texas A&M?
Yeah, the preparation, like, it's always different in many different teams. But I play with the Mexican national team. So I've had a lot of preparation and, I guess, experience.
She actually played in a World Cup with the Mexican national team.
Wow.
I did, yeah.
So
See,
I don't even have to ask.
SEC
how cool that
Freshman
was,
of the
do I?
Week's not that big a deal anymore. Perhaps there's more of those to come, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Haley, with all the players you have on that roster that have some sort of international experience, how much of a gold mine is that for you guys as you start to move? I mean, nothing – you got to think that nothing you'll see this year is going to be any bigger than what a lot of these guys have already played, right?
Right, yeah. We've had so many girls play at the highest level you can think of and get to play with different teams and players, and it prepares you really well. And I'm sure for you, maybe playing in front of the huge crowds isn't as much a shock as – is that true?
Well, yeah. In Mexico, we don't really get that big of a crowd. But when we travel to other countries and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's fun when the crowds you see at Ellis are on your side.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're taunting the other team.
That's
They're getting
true.
into
It's not fun to have
getting under there.
5,000 people yelling against you.
No.
And I guess this past weekend, crowds were, listed at 400 or 500,
Yeah.
I guess, for each of the games. Do you appreciate even more seeing what you get at home? Then you go to other places knowing they don't match the support of the Aggies in the 12th man.
Yeah, and this weekend I looked up and I think we had like 3/4 was maroon. So I'm like, most of the crowd was our fans, which is so awesome that they're willing to come all the way out there and support us. So
Still trying to confirm if your dad
Yeah.
was one of them.
Yeah.
Or if he put the golf clubs down to come watch the match.
yeah, I mean he said he was coming out there to watch me play soccer, but he did have his golf gear on. Every time I
Yeah.
texted him, he's like, "I'm at the golf course still."
Torrey
I'm like,
Pines can be pretty enticing when you're
I know.
It's right up the road, man.
so
I get it.
hopefully he made it.
Yeah.
I hope
But
so.
yeah,
I wanted to ask just one thing before we go. You'll notice quickly that this show centers around food. That's just kind of how we roll. I know you talked about how much you guys are eating on the road. Did you get to experience any local eateries, any sort of was it mostly chain stuff, or did you get to kind of explore the town at all, or go get anything fun you liked while you were out there in San Diego?
Yeah, we did. Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday they let us go around Coronado for a little bit.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
get some food. Go shopping for a little bit.
Where did you end up going in Coronado?
to a sock store.
Our team has a fascination with like silly socks.
Okay.
So there was a store, and I mean, I kid you not, thousands of different kinds of socks everywhere.
Oh,
I mean,
that's like a gold mine for you
yeah,
guys.
it was awesome.
It was
So-
awesome, yeah.
and she got zebra socks.
I got zebra socks, I did.
and I
What's
got
your best pair?
I got this is weird, bubble tea. Have you heard of bubble tea?
Yeah.
It's like an Asian
yeah.
tea. Yeah. I got bubble
Haven't
tea
drank it,
socks.
but I've heard of it.
It's really
Yeah.
random, but I really like it. So I was like, that's kind of cool. I'll never
So
be able
bubble tea and zebra, the
Yeah.
socks of choice on the trip
Yeah.
to San Diego.
I bet you weren't expecting a sock store. You got
No.
pretty excited when you turned the corner and
We
saw
did,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
We texted in the group text of the team. We were like, "Hey, there's a sock store right here," and everybody just came right
Team
in.
comes right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, great start to the season. Thank you both so much for the time. Good luck Saturday night,
Thank
home
you.
opener against Oregon.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much.